What's up, Arcane Lineagers? Today, I'm going to be doing an Arcane Lineage Nuzlocke. Now, basically, what that is basically you need to have all of your trials on, right? I mean, there's going to be a list here. Just read it. Now, this is a pretty hard list to do, especially Stultus. Stultus is not a bypass, but it is pretty strong. Now, you could say using Boreas is also cheating, but I don't like the idea of Stultus being able to dodge anything, even with a 2-turn stun at the start of your turn. So, yep. All right, the first death I had was these enemies. Go level 1, that's pretty deadly. Oh, it's pretty obvious why it's deadly. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of have a death compilation playing for a few seconds here. I am also just showing me wiping just to prove that I'm doing this legitimately. This ended up being, I don't know about a good decision, but it wasn't the worst decision. This is actually the battle where I managed to survive, and since I have like every multiplier, I immediately got like my max essence, or enough to get to level 5, which lets me get the Boreas ability that makes this whole thing kind of just possible. Chilling Winds is pretty broken. I did not know that it was like level scaled. Like, well, I mean, I got it first day. They said they're gonna make it strength and arcane scaled, but I got it first day, and I just thought it was automatically arcane scaled. So I didn't know that it was just level. That's why I ended up going elementalist here, along with extra energy too. And lightning crash, but yeah, no. And then these are some of the close calls, the next few minutes of battles, some collecting like materials, overall progression, and then I ended up getting something really lucky here, which is a frosty topper. That's pretty lucky, and I also got wild impulse a little bit later. So that's also pretty good. This was by far the scariest well, not the scariest, but it was the most nerve-wracking battle in this whole thing, because I barely knew how to use a snowman. I didn't know any of the snowman abilities that much, and I was just new to it. I forgot that the alignment requirement was doubled, so I did not know that, I had to do more quests. But I ended up doing it here. I also got Inferno enchant. This was another close call, but it wasn't as close as the first time, because, well, I had more experience with anything. Then I got all the stuff here. Now, one thing I do regret is going Gale proficiency, and I didn't even get the second node, or the third node, because I was stupid and I spent too much points. I get Way of Life here. I wanted to get Lesser Heal to feel safe, so I did. I got my armor, and then I got Spike Steel Ball here. And then I went to Yar'thul. This is all the equipment I had for Yar'thul. It's pretty scary to do. Well, it's pretty scary in general to do Yar'thul. I was so nervous. I thought this would end up being like very scary, but like, you know, he was gonna be in a normal Yar'thul, you know. And then I remembered that the corrupted trail existed and it could be corrupted. And then I looked up and I saw he was corrupted. Yeah, it wasn't really the best. Yeah, this one was pretty scary. I called the snowman, but I forgot that it doesn't automatically go do the snowman anymore, like after you summon it. So yeah, no, I kind of misread the situation there. This Yar'thul fight, I was clinging on the edge of my seat. I was so scared. You'll just see me like guarding using Jolly Spirit Dough. Honestly, this Yar'thul fight was the peak of me being so nervous. I was so I mean I passed all the mini games, but ooh boy, was it close. Like you can see how much I'm struggling, and I mean I'm basically a full mage class, and I'm the new race, which is kind of busted, but it's not really. I lesser heal, obviously. That came in clutch, I found out later. Chilling Winds is honestly such a good ability. I think it doesn't need a buff or a nerf. I know they're gonna make it scale off of the Arcane and Strength. I just hope that they don't scale it too much to where it needs to get like giga nerfed and then it's useless, but you know. I got Boreas first day, and I was just I was yelling in excitement about it. And then I finally got near the end of it, and it was so nerve-wracking. And then I found out later that I was 5 to 10 HP, and I decided to risk it all and strike there. Yeah, it wasn't really the smartest decision, but it was my decision. If anyone wants to try the Nuzlocke test themselves, then doing all this grind, which was about 2 hours, I got 1,000 soul points. You can only really do this grind if you're a Boreas or you use a Stultus. Yeah, nah, it was pretty scary here. 5 to 10 HP on spending like 2 hours of grinding. That's totally worth it to subscribe. I also just got incredibly lucky that I didn't die and wipe multiple times. So, like and subscribe, guys. See you later, Arcane Lineagers.